Hello everyone, Dylan here with my last LEGO Star Wars Summer 2025 review. And this one's on the Battle of Felucia Separatist MTT, of course. So on the front of the box here, have the LEGO Star Wars logos and the yellow striped 332nd Trooper border, obviously depicting that it's Clone Wars, and then picture of the whole set in a whole battle sequence on Felucia, and obviously with the staff flying on down and all the minifigs included. And recommended ages is 9 and up. Set number 75435 has 976 pieces. And now onto the back side of the box. I have another parked view of the set and both the logos again and some of the features of the set as well. And that's about it there. And now to the manual, with some odd rendering that has been going on for quite some time. And then the transition from plastic bags to paper bags, advertisement for the Builder app. And on the back, how to win on the online survey. And then all the pieces that come with the set, of course. And then ad for Rebuild the World. And then big large advertisement of most of the, or of all these summer 2025 sets as well. And then the last building steps. Okay. Now on to the minifigs included. First of which is a regular B1 battle droid, same as they've always been, so nothing to say there. And then the pilot battle droid, which is also the same as they've always been, but also with the torso printing like we've seen within the droid carrier set last year. Well, gift with purchase set also for that last year. And the next of which we have the commando droid, which first time appearing since 2013. So, however, but now in gunmetal gray coloring, which I think fine, which well workable for it, since obviously at certain points in the show they were in this kind of color. Well, even though having some spots of brown around it, but also do have little bits of brown on there, along with a light printed onto there. So obviously nice, good to see some brown on there as well. And helmet piece, of which good to see that or headpiece return for that, and printing on really good for how it is. And then also do have all new version of Ayla Secura, which for all of which with some quite new distinct printings for that, which obviously looking really good for how it is. And then face printing also a little similar to her last appearance back in like 2017, and however the lipstick kind of part, which is in like darkish tan instead of pink like the previous versions, which I think it could have worked a little better, but I think this kind of color also quite good as well. And then as for the back tail kind of part, or head tail piece, which obviously same as it's been since that one, but also first time with some printings around it. Nice to see there. And also, of course, wielding the blue lightsaber there. And then lastly is first time with Clone Commander Bakara, or no, Commander Bly for that. Which, as you can see, the torso printing quite similar to the one that came on the 327th Troopers in the new Battle Pack set of this wave, but does have the like little pouch pieces, but in yellow instead of white for that. So nice to see that. And then also having the same pauldron kind of piece as the others do, and then the leg printing also quite good as well, and obviously with the side lines for a waist cape, which LEGO barely lacks to have on troopers nowadays. And also have the blaster with candlestick on it, of course. And however, the helmet piece, same as we've had with most other Phase 2 clone troopers, but however, for him particular, this printing, which almost is accurate to, or almost accurate to the in movie and show appearance of it. But as some say, it's a little inaccurate for the linings on it and such. But actually, I think it all looks just about close to inaccurate to that. And also, you have this little visor piece that was also used on one of the 501st Troopers in the 2023 version Battle Pack set. And now onto the back torso print, back sides of each of them, or just back torso printing things for the two main figs. Like, I have one with that for Ayla Secura here, and of course none for Commander Bly here. Also forgot to mention is the regular clone trooper face, obviously like that, well fitting to that. And that is it with the minifigs. And also next to it is this staff here. And you're probably going to say, is it the same exact build that, from first glance, kind of the same build as the one that came in the 2024 Clone Droid Battle Pack set, but just with a few little different things to it, like the black T-bar here, and also not only sticker on the front slope here, but however the front blasters parts, which are almost the same, but just, or the top part is a little differently built, but have the side bar pieces around for it, and then, but also making it a little shorter. But there's a reason for that, which I'll show later. And of course, obviously can fit either a regular B1 battle droid or commando droid on it quite as easily like that. And now onto the Separatist MTT itself, which, as you can see, from first glance, well captures the in-show appearance quite well for how it is. And of course, this is which first time we've had an MTT since 2014, and also unlike previous versions that were in 2000 and 2007. But although this set, which is most likely about as good as that 2007 version, let's see how it is. So, as for the front part of it, which obviously does have, at first glance, a large dish piece with some printings on it, and looks just immaculate for that. And then as for the lower blaster kind of parts of it, which obviously, if you know anything about the MTTs, that the barrels on it are supposed to be really long, but these are just very short. Although you could modify them to look longer if you wanted, and they're on the large ball joint kind of pieces, and they do fall and pop off quite easily. And then also as for this top kind of part to it, which does have a couple of stud launchers, which you can tap on and shoot like so. And also there is a big feature of this kind of part, which I'll go over later. And then as for this top head part, which, as you see, quite good built for how it is, and also has a little sticker that's supposed to be like a window eye part to it, just about like we saw with the later Volt Droid sets from 2014 and under. Or so obviously kind of fitting to the Separatist styling. And as for this front part of it, which you can actually open up like there, and then also detach it since it's on very few studs for that. You also have a little cockpit area, which, as it does have a single little tile piece right there. Always showing different positions that are going on to it, and then and also this little jacket slope here is obviously acting as a seat for the pilot droid minifig to like rest on, of course. Can close that up and do so. And then on the back side of it, which is a couple of jacket slopes around it, and then also a little dish piece as well. And then going on to the whole side of this MTT, of which obviously the patterns of which done quite well for how it is, and of course I do quite like the texturing of the like wedge plates around it. Kind of reminds me of the 2019 Major Von Rex TIE Fighter set from the Resistance show for that, and also a large plate tile piece, but also with a large sticker with the Separatist symbol on there, and then also this one or these parts of which these wedge plates obviously being a little stripe of gray for that, well fitting to the in-show appearance as well, and also quite like the like plate type texturing on here as well. And the roof part just kind of plain and a couple of large plates, stud heavy. And then the back side of which is also like that, and it's just a couple of tiles and corner tiles as well. And then also, if you notice, that it has a few hinges around, which can like flip open and see a little bit of the interior space to it, which, as you can see, this back part of which does have a few open studs holding the droid's blasters onto it, and also a few wheel of these interesting wheel pieces, which I'm not too familiar with for that. And of course, with them, it rolls very well for that. Also on the bottom part of it, there's a couple other wheel pieces. So this good homage to the like earlier 2007 version of this set. And then as for this like back part, which if you pull on this curved slope here, can like lean it right open and have a large open space for that. And if you notice the like little trans red glow pieces here, and also a trans red rounded tile on there, which also this whole open space all about right to place the stap into and close right over it. So just about like the 2014 version of it. And but also notice the like knot piece here, which turn on that, and then also turn on that and then make the ballad droid dropper section come right out for that. And obviously, and if notice the like slope pieces there can like able to like drop it sideways for that. So this switch just about as good a feature as the last two versions of it, but also with like spreading out kind of part to it. But also neat thing is, unlike the previous versions, can like retract in, and the two opening parts of which come along with it. So great improvement over the other two versions, or the last versions. But also mystery piece on here, which not too familiar with this piece here, but obviously nice to see on there. But yeah, and also, and again, this feature I say is just perfect, no flaws in it, and of course good workings to it as well. And then in terms of symmetry, which I say perfect amount of symmetry, and also forgot to mention, do get a lot of those like newish odd jagged slope pieces on here, but in dark blue, which nice to see there. But yeah. Oh, let me get this stap out here. So now for my overall verdict, I think this was a great set for how it is. Well, and of course, one thing holding it back is the price of like $160 for 976 pieces. Is quite steep for that. I think this would be about as fair for like around 100 to 110 or 20 for that. Well, despite the like price gougings going on for this year for that, but however, for the minifig selection, a quite good amount for that. Like a lot of battle droids in it. Obviously, like the uh, last two versions, but also great having a few commando droids as well. So this was probably about second to as good of an MTT for that. I see. Well, since about as good as the 2007 version for that, and well, almost like the and when yet almost like the 2014 version, but with two better or choice of regular minifigs with Ayla Sakura and Commander Bly for that. Obviously, to coincide with the battle pack also in this wave. But also great to have the Commando droids again, or finally back, but and of course now in Dark Pearl Gray, which more fitting to the in-show appearances, of course. And then as for this set as a also is a good parts pack of like gray and dark blue for that, and also a few neat wheel pieces as well. And then and of course obviously and also great having a Separatist MTT, which we have been waiting for so long and is finally here. Well, even though there was a polybag in 2012 for that, so but obviously great to have, or just finally great to have it here for that. And whereas for the like color placement and shaping of it, I say just about right for that, and also nice to have, and also good to have a snap for a battle droid to be on as well. But yeah, even though that did come in a couple other sets both this year and last year for that, and yeah, and not much else to say, but once again, still great to have another MTT, and also great, and also even better having it as a separatist one here. But yeah, and also, and once again, the Baldroid dropping feature, which good improvement over the last couple versions of it, since had to turn a knob on one side of it instead on the top part, since obviously the system gear pieces in it just didn't exist yet at the time. But at least great. But of course, this still much better than those previous versions, and yeah. And if you are looking to get this set, for your droid armies, then definitely pick it up. And if you're looking to get this set for your Clone Wars set collection, and also want to get Commander Bly for your clone armies, then definitely pick it up. And but if you don't like the price of it, then maybe just wait for it to be on sale. And yeah. And that is it with this video. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. And thank you for watching.